Hi, my name is Geert, and in this video I would like to help you to stop your panic attacks in a very effective and efficient way. I've had panic attacks for more than 14 years, from the age of 9 till the age of 23. I'm from 1981, I was born in Brussels in Europe. English is not my native tongue, but since 2004, when I've stopped my own panic attacks, I've been helping people all over the world to stop their panic attacks as well. I sell a course, I send out videos, I do as much as I can to give back, because I know how unhappy life can be when you have panic attacks, and I've had more than 23,000 clients that have successfully stopped their panic attacks at the time that I record this video. Now, just in case that you don't know what a panic attack is, the way that it functions, let me quickly explain this to you. I always use the example of the jungle. Let's just imagine that you and I, we are walking in the jungle and we are enjoying the beautiful flowers, the spiders, everything that we can find in the jungle. And all of a sudden we see something orange in front of us. And it looks like this. It looks like this, but it's not as nice and happy as this little tiger. It's a real tiger. And he's looking right into our eyes, and he really would like to have a great meal, and we look delicious. So what would happen if we would meet a tiger? We would be afraid. We would get the fight or flight response, and that's an amazing thing. We would get an adrenaline rush, a pounding heart, some lightheadedness, a red face. We would start to sweat. We would start to feel a feeling of warmth, some hyperventilation. We would start to breathe faster. Maybe we get nauseous, and that's all okay, because the only thing we need are our muscles at that time. So we don't have enough blood in our brain. That's okay. We need to fight the tiger, or we need to run away. Now, at that point, we actually have a panic attack, but because there's a tiger in front of us, we are not going to look at each other and say, "Ooh, I'm a bit nauseous here, maybe something is wrong. Hey, ooh, my heart is pounding a little bit fast, maybe I'm having a heart attack." No, of course not. We're not going to worry about that because there's a tiger. The problem is obvious. But what happens when you're just driving your car? When you're just shopping for groceries in the supermarket? When you're just sitting in a restaurant, in a movie theater? In your own home, when you're just minding your own business somewhere and all of a sudden you feel a strange sensation in your body. That's when you can get a real panic attack, and that's when it can become a real problem. And the thing that happens is that you step into the vicious circle. And I have my fancy whiteboard here for a reason. I'm going to show you what the vicious circle is. The first thing that you will get is a certain symptom. The symptom can vary. This is very personal. What I had is I had a pounding heart. I had that feeling of warmth. I would get a very red skin, a red face, would start to sweat, would have a feeling as if I would faint, lightheadedness, severe dizziness, headaches. I had some nausea, and I had severe headaches. I've even had some brain scans done. I was a hypochondriac as well. I always thought that I had a serious problem somewhere. You know, you would get a whole range of strange sensations in your body, and that is going to scare you, because the probable question that you are going to pose is, why? Why am I feeling this? What is going on? What am I having? What's wrong with me? Now, at that moment, what you do is you have anxiety. Let me make sure that I write this correct. It's not easy to present and to write and to film yourself. You get anxiety because you get afraid of those symptoms, right? Now, what happens when you get anxiety? Well, it's as if you meet the tiger. You get the fight or flight response, just as if you would meet that tiger. It's the exact same thing, the adrenaline shot that you get. But because there is no tiger, you get more symptoms. Symptoms are a response that your body has. It's simply the fight or flight response. But because you get more symptoms and you don't see a tiger, you don't know what's going on, you probably have different questions like, what's going on? Why is this happening to me? Oh my gosh, I hope it's not happening right now. What if other people are going to see this? What if no one finds me and I have a serious problem? What if I crash my car? What if I want to get out of this place and I can't? Where's the exit? Oh, there's so many people around me, or there's no one around me. What if something happens? A lot of questions that all give you more anxiety. More anxiety launches more of the fight or flight, because the thing you're saying to yourself is, hey, there's not just one tiger in front of me, there's a whole range of tigers in front of me, so you get some more symptoms. And guess what happens? You get into the vicious circle, and the more that you pass through this little thing, it gets bigger and bigger, and you get a full-blown panic attack. And if you're really good at this, you might get a generalized anxiety disorder. You might feel anxious 24/7. That's what I had. I was even afraid in my own bed. I saw my doctor more than I saw my own parents. I was a very afraid little man, I was very scared of everything, and this is not a way to live your life. Now, obviously, if you want to stop this, the very first thing you should do is take away this part of anxiety right here. When you feel something and you say, "What's going on?" simply say something to yourself like, "Hey, it's just a symptom. If I start to be afraid of that symptom, then it will get worse, and I will get a panic attack, and I will not have a happy life." Right? And I know it's easier said than done, but that's the first thing that you need to do to stop it. Now, the second thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that you have as little symptoms as possible, obviously, because if you don't have a symptom, well, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's no why or what if or what is this question. Because let's be honest, if you have a lot of those symptoms, you start to anticipate as well. When you have to do something in the future, you start to think about it. What if I am going to feel it when I do that? Or am I going to say yes to doing that? Am I going to find an excuse not to go? Again, not a funny way to live life. There's no way that you will be happy if you live your life like that. Now, the reason why my courses are so effective and why the success rate is so high, it was 98.7% the success rate the last time that I've measured it, is because I found a lot of reasons why we have the symptoms. And most of those reasons are overlooked. Some of your habits, things that you do each and every day, are the pure cause of those symptoms. It's not in your past, by the way. Most therapists, they talk about the past. What happened in the past? Well, nobody can change the past, so I don't even look at the past. But there's things that you are doing each and every day that give you symptoms. For me, for instance, I had those pounding headaches, I had migraine attacks, and I didn't know what caused them. Aspartame was one of the ingredients. NutraSweet was one of the ingredients that caused my headaches. I took away NutraSweet, the dizziness was less, the headaches were gone. And there are much more things like that that cause all those symptoms. And the great thing is that once that you get the list, once that you learn every cause or learn about every cause, you will recognize yourself, your own habits in them, and you'll say, "Oh, is that the reason why I'm feeling this for so long? The reason why doctors can't find anything?" Because I obviously am not a doctor, I'm just a regular guy, and I was visiting a lot of doctors, and they did blood testing, etc., and everything was fine. Even when they had my brain scan, everything was fine. There was simply a couple of habits, things that I was doing that they didn't even know about, that gave me those symptoms. So I took my symptoms away, and I learned to not be anxious of any symptom that you might have every now and then. You will sweat every now and then, you will have a pounding heart every now and then, but if you take the symptoms away as much as you can, there's nothing to be afraid of anymore, right? Now, on this website, I will help you to do that. Again, I've had this problem for 14 years. I've had destroyed relationships, friendships that were gone. There were so many experiences that I did not have when I was growing up, and I want to spare that. And maybe you've had the problem for a couple of years as well. Well, then I want to help you to get back on your feet and to live your life again. And I do this in many ways. I have a free newsletter that's on the right side of this video if all goes well. If you subscribe to that, you will get videos in your inbox, all for free. I've recorded them and I share them with you so you can apply them. There are some videos below this video. I suggest that you look at my full story where I explain exactly what I had and exactly what I did to get over it. And there's the course. And the course is a CD program that 23,000 people have bought already that you can buy if you want. And there's a trial offer. Obviously, I know that you've tried a lot of stuff and I don't want to take your money if I can't take your panic attacks away. So you get a first part of the courses in your house before you pay. You try them. If you like it, then you pay. If you don't like them, don't even need to send them back. You simply don't pay. It's that easy. That's my way of saying thank you that I don't have my own panic attacks anymore, that I can live my life. I've been living it fully since 2004, and I wish that you could do the same, so you can just go on, live your life with a smile on your face without panic attacks. If you're not on my mailing list, I suggest that's the first thing that you do. Simply sign up. It's free, and you can unsubscribe anytime, and then you go watch the videos below. See you soon.